They say that if you want to eat the elephant, you have to take it one bite at a time. So I want to ask you guys right off the bat, what is currently the massive looming endeavor in your life right now that you would equate to eating the elephant? For me, I suppose it's a little bit of everything. It's trying to bring the whole picture together, so to speak. But that sort of thing sounds like kind of a way to say something without saying anything, to be honest. But I mainly need to pay off a little bit of debt, to be honest, and then I want to go beyond that, and I want to become financially free. And at the same time, I want to get bigger, stronger. I want to learn how to fight better, and I want to become a more prominent person, both online and in the physical world as well. To put it simply, that's some of the things I want to do. That's the things I want to accomplish, and they're the things that are going to take a lot of time and effort. And I think this is the junction point right here where a lot of weaker men, so to speak, sort of fall off, right? I've made this analogy before, but I think it's worth repeating, and that's that you can look at life and you can look at achieving your goals and your dreams as a trek up a large mountain, and we'll call it Mount Dreammore. I think that's pretty good, actually. I think I kind of like that. So that's what we'll call it. We'll call it Mount Dreammore. And here's the analogy, right? Right now you're at the bottom of Mount Dreammore. You're a scrub, like we talked about in the last video, right? You're a little miserable, shriveled up, hollow thing. You're barely even clinging on to your humanity. And at the bottom of Mount Dreammore is where all the weak-willed warriors get trapped, and many spend all their time and even die here. And what's happening at the bottom of Mount Dreammore and why so many people get trapped here is that very clever people, very smart people, knowing how intimidating it is to climb the mountain, to go on that journey, where at the peak you'll find your self-actualized life. These people have set up shop at the bottom with all sorts of tantalizing distractions. At the bottom of Mount Dreammore, to put it simply, is comfort. When you show up to go on the climb, you start at the bottom, and all around you, comfort has been set up. It's warm, there's video games, there's prawn, there's the endless social media, there's bars and brothels, and all sorts of things that exist to distract you and suck your life force. And you try it out for a while, right? You settle at the bottom a little bit and you get comfortable, you get drunk, you get a hooker. And what happens is you start to think that, you know what? This isn't so bad, right? I'm feeling pretty good at this point. I'm feeling pretty pacified. So you stay there, and days and weeks and years go by that you're just spending at the bottom, and you even get a little job that you maybe don't really care anything about. It's not what you really want to do, but it pays you just enough to continue to exist at the bottom and continue to enjoy the distractions that are laid out there. All the while, though, you can see far off, out your window, out the corner of your eye, in the far distance, you see the peak of the mountain, and you see, fire and smoke from the top, and you see the signal from the strong men who've actually gone and they've made it. And you can even bring up your phone and you can watch videos and clips from the top, and you see these men who have succeeded and they're living their self-actualized lives. They look and act different than you. They're strong, they have wealth, and they have freedom from the wealth and the gold that they've gathered at the top of the mountain that only can be acquired there, right? And worst of all for you, they have the real respect of everyone around you at the bottom, right? When they descend the mountain back to the land of the distracted normies, everyone wants to see them and hang out with them. And your normie friends, they gather by the millions to hear them speak. They go to their concerts, they go to their talks, they go to their TED Talks or whatever. And even worse is they have their pick of the women that they want, right, back down in the land of the normies. Women who flat out ignore you because you're a scrub, or they settle for you, are effortlessly snatched up by these men from the top who've gathered the peak's endless resources and wealth, right? While you spend months or even years at the bottom just kind of praying to get like one 6 out of 10 girl or something, right? These men can come down from the peak. They can get 10 in a night if they want. And it's not the 6s, but it's like the 8s and the 9s and the 10s, right? And, even worse is like these women aren't bargaining with them, right? They're not trying to like gain resources and, use that and trade sex for that, right? Like they've been doing with like the average bottom dweller, right? They're genuinely attracted to these men and they want to have sex with them and they want to tell their friends all about how they hooked up with a man who reached the peak, right? So at this point, if you're a self-respecting human being with a little bit of testosterone, a little bit of balls, right, something starts to happen in your brain, and that's that you realize the bottom of this mountain, as comfortable and as pacifying as it is, isn't truly good enough for you. For some people, it is, but for you, because deep down, although you're numbed and you're calcified, you have that warrior spirit. You have that desire to be free, to be in charge of your own destiny. So you realize that life at the bottom of the mountain is simply fake and gay. It's a prison system with enough comfort to keep you from revolting, but you can't take it anymore. So in your mind at first, you do revolt. You decide it's time to begin your climb up the mountain towards your dreams and your aspirations. And what you quickly realize is that you're not going to be able to continue living the way you are now if you want to ascend. You won't be able to take the loser friends with you. You simply can't carry them. You can't afford any dead weight. You can't take the hub with you. You can't take the distractions with you. You can't waste half your day scrolling on social media if you wish to climb. Your full being will need to be focused on your ascent. I'll say it again. Your full being is going to need to be focused on your ascent. And you're going to have to be willing to embrace the pain and the challenge that each day presents. And you need to be able to face it head on. And you're going to have to give a lot of things up. You might hear about something interesting happening. And like whereas before, you would take that as the opportunity to sit and chill and watch like hours and hours of videos about it, and you'd read all the endless comments so every little random person's perspective that doesn't really matter, right? Now, you can't do that. You simply maybe give it a little bit of a half second of thought, and then, you bring your focus back, you refocus on your mission, and you have to begin to continue that climb, right? This is why I've spoken in the past about being willing to be out of the loop, because being in the loop all the time is really just akin to kind of being stuck in the matrix, right? You're just consuming everything that is being fed to you. Being in the loop with all the things that like don't pertain to your journey, it's just another distraction for you. You want to get comfortable not really knowing or caring about all these random things happening in the world that don't have anything to do with you, right? So guys, each day when you wake up, be open, think about where you're trying to go, and take each day at a time. You must strategically move yourself forward, strategically face the pain. Think about what you can do today that will be productive, that will inch you a bit closer to the peak. There's no more time for distractions. You must become active and awake and aware, and this time spent distracted could lead you to miss a crucial path to the top. It could lead you to run out of resources. It could lead you to not form a relationship or something with somebody else who's on the climb where you guys could help each other a lot, right? You need to stay focused and you need to be on top of things. And crucially, you must remember that the only life that's really worth living is the life where you are ascending. Everything else is a distraction. It's the fake world sucking your money. It's sucking your energy for others to live the life at the top that you dream about, right? So you can't let it happen, guys. The bottom line, the real thing you need to remember, what men used to know is that if you go on this climb and even if you fail, it's okay. The only option is to strive towards a self-actualized life and accept the fact that even if you don't make it, even if you die trying, that it's okay, that you've lived the life of a modern day warrior, instead of the life of a man who is on his knees. So start climbing, you guys. You got to do it. You got to embrace the mountain of pain and work and unsurety ahead of you. You have to embrace this gift of adversity that you've been given. You guys got to climb. So that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. I have a Patreon now. I'll put the link in the description. I'm going to try to expand on that. I'd really like to get to the point where, you know, we can like vote on topics for videos, or maybe in a certain tier, you guys can like submit ideas for videos or submit questions, and I can do videos to help answer your personal questions. I think that would be really sweet. So check out the Patreon. Right now there's just an option to throw me like $3 a month and support me and support the channel. But as things continue to grow, I want to flesh that out a little bit more. And that's going to be about it. So let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you watching this far. We got more videos to come, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.